Hello friends, welcome to this vlog. In this vlog, we are going to see how to strategize your revision as it just in 15 days remaining to your GPAT 2021 exam. So at this particular time, what to pick up from a particular subject to have your revision over it, that we are going to see in this vlog. So to get an info, watch the video till the end. So let's get the plan and what we have to pick from the subjects. Let's get through that. As we go within subjects, pharmacology and prime subject, from in that classification of drugs we have to particularly simply we have to do adverse effect and special uses and antidotes of the drugs. So classification of drugs we have to do acting on an autonomic nervous system, central nervous system, cardiovascular system, respiratory, and if else you want to add something, then diuretics, hypolipidemic drugs, constipating and diarrhea, the drugs acting on that, antimicrobial drugs and anti-cancer drugs and immunosuppressant drugs. Simply you have to just do that daily, and two classification you have to do, then simply you just can complete up the classification and pharmacology syllabus revision in 10 days. Let's take an ANS. In that an ANS you are having an cholinergic and adrenergic system. If you just go for a classification of that drugs of an adrenergic and cholinergic, you just can complete that classification in 1 day. And as such, if you just go on in 10 days, I sure that you can just complete up your pharmacology classification with the adverse effect and special use and antidotes of some specific drugs. Coming towards the pharmaceutics, in that tablet, capsule, aerosol, sterile products, dissolution, preformulation, emulsion and suspension, semi-solid and suppository. It's very hard to go with all these things, but if you have read it some before this, all this chapter, might you have did in some tick marking or some pointing out and specific things from that all. Just go through that. Just read all the things that you have priorly just had an underline, because see, reading something and new and you just can't grab this new things in this time period, because it's revision time, not a learning time to learn something new. And ultimately if you just learn also, you just can't keep the new things in your mind, because prior things are only so much what you will just take in your mind, man. Then rheology, interfacial phenomenon and micromeritics. Just simply go through this part. In dispensing pharmacy, pharmaceutical engineering and biopharmaceutics, looking the dispensing pharmacy, calculation part is important. In that dosage formulas and proof spirit and some Latin abbreviations are given. In that calculation part, that of dosage formulas that are for calculating and dosage for children's compared to the adult dosage, Young's formula, body surface area, Clerk's formula, just do all that formulas. Up coming towards the pharmaceutical engineering, in that only an instrument part you have to do with the names and some synonym names games and some synonymous names given to the instruments, like an Hardinge meal, the synonymous name given to an your ball and pebble meal. As that you have to just go with an instruments and their name in pharmaceutical engineering, from the chapters of filtration, centrifugation, size reduction, separation, evaporation, distillation and drying. Coming towards the biopharmaceutics part, in that absorption, distribution, metabolism, excretion, roughly you just read all this from a book. If in pie charts are there, read that, and some shortly if the things are given in that, read that. That will just help up you during an exam. Coming towards the compartment modeling in biopharmaceutics, it's a very important chapter. In that IV dosing, in that various bolus, maybe it an IV bolus, maybe IV and infusion. There are diagrams given in compartment modelings for open compartment, one compartment, two compartment model. Just look around that. That will help up you in an exam. In protein binding, you have to keep the names that are given to the protein binding sites, often that of an albumin, that is specifically, and the synonymous names to the other protein bindings. Coming towards the pharmacognosy, the portion is so huge. I know it's not an easy to go all through that. Simply the botanical name, normal name and the chemical components of that specific drug. Just go through this simply. From that to of alkaloids, glycosides and terpenoids. That's it. Of that of biochemistry and biotechnology, vitamin, enzyme, amino acid, carbohydrate, roughly go through this. Specifically go within 4 cycles: urea cycle, HMP pathway, citric acid cycle and glycolysis. And importantly, PCR technique. In that enzymes and the process, how it's going, the PCR technique, that is important. Then comes the microbiology. In microbiology also preparation of vaccine and sera, the parts, sterilization, identification of bacteria. In that identification test for bacterial, you have to keep in your mind. Then hypersensitivity reactions you have to go through from type 1 to type 4 hypersensitivity reaction. Under the jurisprudence, the acts are very important within rules, the names, the dates of the act, when they've been established, that's very important. Maybe it's Pharmacy Act 1948, Drug and Cosmetic Act 1940 and the rules 1945. You have to do all the schedules thoroughly from schedule A to Z which are given in Drug and Cosmetic Act, because see, simply on one question also you just get arise in an exam, it will going to carry in 4 marks and you can just gain up that 4 marks just by solving in one question. So keep this simple things, the dates of acts and the rules when they've been established, the years you have to keep in your mind. The acts, they are the Narcotic Drug Act, Magic Remedy, the Medicinal and Toilet Preparation, the Prevention of Cruelty to the Animal Act, Medical Termination of Pregnancy Act and Poison Act. Organic chemistry is the next subject. It's a so huge subject to just carry all the things. It's not possible. Basic things you are knowing priorly from that you have just studied. Under organic chemistry, the name reactions you just learn. If you have not did it yet, just go through all this name reaction which I have mentioned in this video, that are Wolff-Kishner, Bamford-Stevens, Michael addition, Stokes condensation, Beckmann's rearrangement, Curtius-Wolff's rearrangement, Pinacol-Pinacolone rearrangement, Manish condensation, Cannizzaro and Reamer-Teemer reaction. The analysis part is of that, in that only an instruments and the various types detectors, go through all that. Some problems you can may solve if time permits, that of UV ultraviolet spectroscopy. In that lambda max calculation you can go for that problems. The number of vibration calculation from IR spectroscopy. The formulas are very simple, 3n-6 and 3n-5. The two formulas are there for non-linear and linear to calculate the numbers of vibration in a molecule. Then instrumentation and the detectors and the other things from UV spectroscopy, IR spectroscopy and atomic absorption spectroscopy. Go with the general chromatography. In that little you read of an gas chromatography and HPLC. And importantly, the indicators that we are using in various titration, may it be an acid based titration and the other titrations. Then extra things, if time permits, go with an OECD guidelines and ICH guidelines. I know it's in just limited days, but with this subject revision you must try to solve, and minimally 2 mock tests. Definitely it will boost up your confidence. Within that you will get an surety while during solving an exam, that how much level of an I have to take and risk to solve an question. Out of an 125 question, how much risk I have to take to solve as many as possible question, because trend has been changed. You must look around that too also, because since from last 2 years NTA is conducting the GPAT exam, so basic level questions are many more in an exam, and due to that also the cutoff is also increasing, because see, last year 2020 cutoff was around an 163. So may the cutoff may increase, and see, so questions solving is also more important. So how much question you just solve, it's too much important. So how much risk factor you take while during an exam, it's more important. So try to solve minimally 2 mock tests daily. It may be an subjective or full portion test you just can solve. That's it. Just you have to do something more for this 15 to 16 20 days and this result. If you have any query regarding an GPAT or the of an NIPER, you can just ask me in the comment section. Thank you. If you like my video, then do like it, do share it, and don't forget to subscribe if you are new on my channel. Thank you.